Hi folks, and welcome back to Old School Studios. So we're back at the Fairview house, and just a little update. The house has sold, and there is a list of things that need to be done per the bank inspection. So one of the things that I knew it was going to be a problem, but dude says, "Oh, don't worry about it. When you have a shower stall, you have to have a vent." Well, dude took the vent out, and now we have to put the vent back and duct it outside. So I'm going to fit this brawn vent into this hole. It's going to be vented out, up into the rafter, and straight outside right through there. So that's what my task is for this afternoon. There's a variety of things on the list, but this one needs to be tackled ASAP because it is one of the more difficult things. I have power right here, but I don't have power up into here. So we're going to work on drilling that hole and making this happen. I don't know where the juice came from or how that original thing had power, but we're gonna figure that out, and let's get started with it now. It'll work off of this switch. So when I put my beeper on and I hit the switch, alright, so I'm getting juice with this switch, so we're gonna make it fit into this here and then work on ducting. So let me gather up my tools and let's get started with that now. Oh, this camera sucks. Alright, there we go. Alright, so here's what we got. It's in the place. My wire is coming down to here. It's going to be just hot wired to these. This will be wired to this little gizmo that sits in the corner. My ducting is taking me out of that little bay, out, up. It'll go from here, up, out, and out there. So that's pretty secure. I'll paint that board white and we should be good. Alright, so I'm going to wire this baby up and let's get started with that now. Alright, so now I'm going to start securing this. I'm going to drill the hole through the siding. I'm going to put a pilot hole from the inside going out, and then I'm going to drill with my hole saw coming back in. So let me find a bit and let's get started. Alright, so this is the outside vent. And I just went through hell and back to get a hole in this house to accommodate this vent. Alright, so let me figure out how to secure this, and we'll take it from there in a moment. Alright, so now on the dryer vent, missing a flap here, and that is absolutely unacceptable to the inspector. So, even though there's no dryer in the house, you have to have a dryer vent. So let me get started on this. I need 2 hands to get this thing out, and I'll be back at you. Alright, so I yanked the old one off, got some new screws, put a new one in. This is all good. So on to the next thing. Should probably keep this for the next one, where I'm just missing one of these, because these just seem to disappear on our properties. Here's a, oh, look at these. It's hiding over there. Alright, so let's go down. Got about 30 things on my list. $30, $20, $19, something like that. Alright, so under the laundry tub, I put this cover plate in. The laundry tub needs to be screwed down, so I'm going to set up my hammer drill with a masonry bit and some blue tap cons and zip that in. Let me get set up. Alright, so when you're using a 1/4 inch tap con, and I like the ones with the hex head on them, and you can use a nut driver, you use a 3/16 masonry bit. In this case, I found one today that has a carbide tip, and I'm hoping that this lasts longer than the typical one. So this is something new we're trying today. We'll see how long this lasts. So what I'm going to do here is put the sink exactly where I want it and where it sits comfortably, which seems to be like right there. And I'm going to mark my holes, and then I'm going to move the tub to the side so I don't have to drill through this plastic. See what I'm doing here? I'm marking the inside of these. And then I'll move the sink a little to the side so I could drill without anything being in my way. Alright, that should be good enough. Move it off to the side, and I'll catch these 2 holes, this one, and then we'll do it the opposite direction. One. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, ha, 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 ha. One more. Nice. Carbide tip is awesome. I will continue to use those from now on. The non-carbide tips are worthless, and I could have burned out 4 of them on that. You hit something in there like a piece of gravel or something in the concrete. Alright, so, oh, that could have been bad. That could have been a 1000-bit pickup. Damn it. Alright, so apparently somewhere in this house is a vacuum, and I need to go try to find it. Alright, so the next step to get our tap con, you see it has the hex head on here. I'm going to find that hex head. My bits were kind of in order, and voila. So now I put that in my impact driver. Man, my nose is running. Hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Okay. Put the top back where I want it. Guess we'll start with this front corner right here. Let me set this straight up here. Do you see that? Voila! And we'll catch this one while we're here. Oh, you're gonna be like that. Alright, we gotta figure that one out. That one don't want to go in. And I'm not gonna force it and break it, so I will slow down a little bit on that one. Look at this scuzzy laundry job. See if I could back this one out just a skosh. Back it out a skosh. Alright, so I'm going to have to get an extension or some kind of funny business to get that one in. It's not, my tub is pretty secure. Okay. So the next thing on my list, so somebody put this in and these are not allowed to be in there, so I'm going to cut. Actually, I'm not going to do this today because I don't have any elbows. I thought this was lined up. It's not. But I'll bring some elbows tomorrow. I have copper piping and I have female fittings to fit over these, and I have some couplings, and I think if I cut this pipe right here And right here I could still get a weld on it or solder on it. So alright, let me get set up for the next thing here. Alright, so this gas line was too long and it was coming over this electrical conduit, and to avoid having multiple bends or whatever, I just shortened the pipe. It's a 36-inch with an elbow out and a compliant shutoff valve secured to the wall. So when the dryer's here, it could simply be hooked up to that. Whoever moves in here might want to turn that to the side and run another gas line and down over here. The dryer should be over there because the water is over here. It's all ass backwards. The dryer vents here. Oh, it's all ass backwards. So anyways, I just turned the gas back on. I have to go relight the hot water tank. The furnace should turn on by itself. I'm gonna go light the hot water tank and move on to the next thing. Alright, so here's a couple things I did off camera. I had a ground wire attached to this copper pipe. So I brought the ground wire, where am I looking here? I brought it into this box, and then I brought this little green wire around to a ground bar that is attached to the water lines of the house. So that's one more thing. I had this house used to have a humidifier, and this was not capped, so that is now capped. In this utility closet where the gas line is, there was open plugs in that box. See those caps? There's two of them. Those had to be put in. So I guess what I have now, I have to put a GFI in that closet, in this closet for the actually this closet for the sump pump. This has to be ground fault interrupted. This one needs a GFI, so that's gonna be 0 on the fun scale, getting in there and doing that. And actually I only think I have one GFI here. This cannot have an extension cord, so what I need to do is bring a little piece of conduit with me and my conduit bender, switch this to a GFI, come out of here, back down, across with a plug. So the GFI here is protecting this plug, and I could just plug that right in. I don't have any conduit unless there's a piece in the garage, and I'm going to go look for that, even though I don't have a conduit bender. So let me go take a peek. I have a handrail outside that I was spray painting. I have to extend this handrail further on both ends, so I bought a 10-footer, and we will secure that. And let me go see if I can find some conduit. Alright, so we're approaching the end of the day. I got that joist buttoned up. That's bridging. He's calling it a joist, but we replaced it. There's a notch there. Went over that notch. And there's one over here that had a crack in it. That's handled. In this little area back here, I had tools in here. I was getting my tools out. This all needs cleaned out still. So I got a coat of paint on the railing in the garage. I can't do that. And I have my list I'm checking it twice. Let's see, I need my pipe bender. It's in my garage at home. I need 1/2-inch conduit ends to 1/2-inch hole for to put that GFI right there. My dude who put the breaker box on raped these holes, and I am no longer getting purchase, so I need to go find a bigger screw, and if I have to put a flat end on it, I will. It can't be a pointed end, but it has to be a flat end, but it's got a screw in there, and it's not. Actually, this one is kind of loose too. He had wood screws in there, and he stripped them out. Not good. Let's see, I need 315 amp GFIs. I need 6 3/4-inch copper elbows. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut these pipes here and like here, and I'm going to flip them around and solder the female ends, and so the female end will screw in here, hot and cold. And then I'm going to cut these here and here and clean those really good and put coupling, and the coupling will go upward, attaching it up here. So these will be reversed just because it'll give me a little bit more room to work. The shutoff valve doesn't care which direction it's going. Then I got a bunch of cleanup. I got to work on both the hand railings, and then I have stuff on the garage to do. And I'll probably bring a little heater or something with me. It's freaking freezing outside. So, alright, I got time for one more thing. I got to put, this is a handrail going upstairs, and I have to put another bracket. And I have hollow wall anchors, like pretty decent ones. I told them they get 1/8 inch, and he got 3/16, which is too big. But I see a nail right here, and I see a nail right here. And if they follow that up, I could hit that stud right there, I'm pretty sure. So, without further ado, I'm going to set this up and see if I can film this. Without further ado. I can't see the camera, so I don't know if this is taping or not. All right, here's the big test. Is there a stud here or isn't there? Voila! Without further ado. This one's always the hard one to get in. Cool. Pretty good. I was gonna put the basement one in, but I spray painted it, and it's so cold out that it's just not drying. I'll give you a quick tour around here. So I put up smoke and fire detectors with a 10-year lithium-ion battery, good for 10 years. And an inspector came through and says, not good enough. So now we have first alert carbon monoxide detectors. And I'm putting it right alongside of it. So I'm gonna stick those in also. And I'll be back here in a second. Alright, there you have it. First alert. And there's one right there. The top of the steps. They'll probably be like, you didn't put one down in the basement. You need another one. It's like, don't the people who buy these houses have any kind of responsibility for themselves? I supplied you with a 10-year lithium ion. Dude, it cost me like 50 bucks a piece for those things, and then that wasn't good enough. Alright, so this house is done. It's been done. Just, it's sold, so the bank came up with like a bunch of crap things that need done. It's all nice and clean, all done. Bathroom, it's all done. Nice color, grayish, bluish. Nice and nice and nice. Alright, so that's it for real, folks. I'm going home. I got an hour drive, and thank you for watching Old School Studios. Please like and subscribe.